Hey, what's up? This your boy Pot. You know what I mean? Me and Dre. We got Dre in the back. We got Dre in the building. We live. We making music all day, every day.
This is Lakia Trotter with GEI TV, and this evening we'll be interviewing Mr. Marcc Rose, who played Tupac in the new movie Straight Outta Compton. And would you tell us a little bit about yourself today, Mr. Rose?
Yes, so, yes, as you know, I played Straight Outta Compton. I played Tupac Shakur. I'm 23 years old. I'm an actor. I'm a designer. I'm a model. I do the whole nine. I enjoy everything. The movie's #1. Straight Outta Compton is #1. You know, that's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so where are you originally from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York?
Brooklyn, New York, yeah.
Okay, and how was your transition from New York to Atlanta?
It wasn't too tough. I moved to Atlanta when I was about 10 years old. With my parents, my mother, my father, my brothers, sisters. It was cool. You know, it was welcoming. I love Atlanta. You know, it's my second home. It was pretty cool.
Oh, okay, so as you were growing up, when did people start to say, you know, you resemble Tupac? So how was that with the people saying, are you Tupac, or questioning?
Right.
Or saying that you look like Tupac, and then how was that attention? Because I know all the women wanted you.
Right. No, I think the first time I heard Resemble Tupac was when I was about 10. And I was in the mall with like my family, and this like lady ran up to us, and you know, she made the comparison, she made the comment, and that was my first time hearing it, and I was like, okay. And then after that, I promise you, it just started happening. The next day, the day after that, later on that, like very, very frequent. And it's cool, you know, I wouldn't rather be, I say this all the time, I'm like, I wouldn't rather be compared to anybody else or resemble anybody else, because he's an icon, you know what I mean,
right.
So legendary. And growing up in Atlanta, I've always heard it. You know, I used to get into bowling alleys for free and skating rinks for free because they thought I was his son. And I'm like, yeah, I'm running with it. You know, all my friends are good because I was good. It was cool.
So from this role and looking like Tupac, how's the publicity been thus far?
It's been crazy. It's been very, very crazy. I've never needed security, but I do now. I've never needed. It's intense, but it's a beautiful thing. It's heavy. You know, I've gained so many fans throughout this whole thing. You know, this is just the beginning of the platform, but it's beautiful.
So do you see you acting more?
Definitely.
Or do you see yourself going back, because you already said that you were a model, a clothing designer, and now you're an actor. So which one do you feel you fit in more?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah, I feel all of them. I'm not gonna slow down in either field. I'm just gonna speed up, if anything, you know, and I'm gonna make sure I keep them all balanced equally. But being that this is my first film, I'm definitely hungry, you know, to continue to, you know, get other roles, and you know.
So what more should we look for from your line that you have? Controversial treatment?
Yes, controversial
So
treatment.
what should we look for? Is more coming out?
More coming out, definitely. Right now, I'm trying to collab. I'm trying to do some nice exclusive collabs with maybe like H&M. Or right. Love H&M. I love H&M. Trying to do something with H&M, or maybe Gap, Old Navy, or something. H&M. You're like, okay, so it's H&M. We're gonna do H&M.
Yes, get them out there.
Yeah, definitely wanna aim to make that happen.
So are you aiming? So your controversial treatment line.
Yes.
Is it geared more towards urban wear, women, or men, or what is going to be more if you do hit H&M? Is it going to be women or men, or?
I would like it to be unisex.
Unisex?
Yeah, definitely unisex. Women, men, you know, maybe we could even get some kid stuff going somewhere down the line. Like, I definitely want to just expand, but unisex for sure.
Okay, now let's go into your acting career.
Yes.
Everyone loves Ice Cube. I do, because I remember him in Boys in the Hood. And when we couldn't listen to his music explicit, we had to go sneak up at my homeboy's house and listen to Eazy-E and all of them, because my mom didn't play that. So how was it working with Ice Cube?
He's so they're all human, you know what I mean? And for me, that's the biggest thing, and it's so important because on the outside looking in, like you wouldn't know that, you know what I mean? You just see them on TV and you hear about them and stuff like that. But for me, when I met him, he was welcoming, he was inviting, it was just like we was family, you know. And he gave me so many tips while I was on set. They were there on set with me, making sure I was good, making sure. And of course, the pressure's on because I'm playing, right? You know, because of who I'm playing. But they didn't make me feel, you know, as if I couldn't do it. Right. As if I couldn't do it. They definitely was in my corner the entire time. So just working with icons and legendary people such as him and yeah,
oh my
Dre,
gosh, that's who I grew up on. So.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tell my age. Yeah, that's who I grew up on. Okay, so out of all those characters in this movie, you're working with all these legends, all these icons. Who did you admire the most?
F. Gary Gray. Everybody, don't get me wrong, and I hate that I have to pick, but definitely F. Gary Gray because he's the one who gave me this shot. You know what I mean? He's the director of the movie, and he's done films like Friday and Set It Off, and a lot of classics that, you know, we still play today.
Everyone loves Friday.
Yeah, you know, so exactly, right? Bye, Felicia.
Yes, not everybody still uses that.
You know, so definitely him for believing in me and giving me this platform.
Oh, okay. So does Ice Cube's son look like him?
Yeah.
Like he look like Tupac? Just like him. Who's that person?
My uncle. He's so driven and determined, you know, with everything he does. And the way I was raised is just like anything is possible. You know, so not only my uncle, but it wasn't, me witnessing and watching people on TV, you know, say that you can do it and just believe in your dreams and stuff like that. But as a kid, you know, you're watching it on TV, so it still seems kind of far away, you know? Right. But I was raised in a household of like supportive. My whole entire family was real supportive, and they gave me that push to where it's like, okay, if I wanted to be an astronaut, my family's like, you can be the astronaut, you know? So I think that them just being around me and me growing up in that made me realize like, okay, I really can do that. And so for acting, I always wanted to act when I was younger, but I didn't really know how to go about it. You know, I didn't really know how to go about it, and I just always remember praying, like, please just let the opportunity present itself, because I don't know where to go. I don't know how to do it. I'm in New York, you know what I mean? Right. I know that LA is for the acting scene. So I got up and I left. I moved to LA when I was 20 by myself, and I didn't know nobody. I moved out there by myself. I didn't know nobody. I started working in retail and trying to save up money to get into acting classes. Okay. And in walks a casting director who was casting at the time for the Tupac Shakur biopic. And he looked at you and was like, you know what? You'd be a great fit for this role. Right. Because I was like, a spitting image. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, okay. So you're out in LA. I was out in LA. Is that when you also came up with your clothing line as well, Controversial Treatment? Yes. I've always been into fashion really heavy. I think probably because I'm from New York, or I don't know, it's just in our blood kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But when I moved to LA is when I started my clothing line, Controversial Treatment. And what statement were you making with the name, with that line? Controversy, because you know, we all know that controversy sells. People talk about it. You know, people are always reading about it. And I used my plan, and thank God it worked, was to use that, to use my line to draw attention to myself. Because like I said, when I moved to LA, I didn't know nobody. Okay. You know, so I did what I knew I could do, which was design, you know, and I created my clothing line, and I got hit up by like a few artists and celebrities who were down for supporting me. You know, I had Kelly Rowland was wearing my stuff, Iggy Azalea, Soulja Boy. Marcc Rose, just right. Yes. Beautiful, you know, so they definitely all helped. Well, okay. We're coming to a close. Yeah. So what advice would you give to the young people or anyone that's inspiring to either be an actor, a model, or an entrepreneur just like you with their own clothing line? A dream is yours. Kid and a family growing up want to step out and do something big. What advice would you give to them? My advice, you know, to people would just be to believe. Like, to believe is so important for you to just believe in yourself. And regardless if you know, you don't have people in your corner. You may not have family who supports you. You may not have close friends who support you. But as long as you believe in yourself, you know what I mean, and you have faith and you keep at it, eventually, I guarantee you it will happen. You know, I wasn't born with a gold spoon in my mouth, the white picket fence. I never had any of that. You know, and I'm here. I was in the suburbs of Atlanta, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just want people to know that you continue to knock on the door, it's gonna open. You keep at it and have faith, believe in yourself.
It's been a pleasure talking with Mr. Marcc Rose, who is playing Tupac in the new movie Straight Outta Compton, playing in theaters now. And everyone, if you have not seen the movie, please be sure to check that out. Check it out! Yes. And my name is Lakia Trotter with GEI TV. You can find me on Instagram at Everybody Loves Kia or Facebook, Lakia Trotter. Good evening.
Hail Mary, run quick, see what do we have here now? I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted. Beat the weakness in the rap game and sold it. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he's listening. Seeing niggas coming for me, my diamonds. What up, Dre?
What up, Pac?
I'm about to bust niggas in the mouth with this new album.
Okay, I feel that.
Suge said you got some heat for a nigga.
Hell yeah. They play that.
Okay.